Hey everybody, it's Abby. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a little update on my decluttering, moving, whatever is going on. I don't even know at this point myself, and I'm in the middle of it. So I had filmed quite a few decluttering videos, and then I decided to do a no mercy declutter because I was like, okay, I'm going to be moving, and I need to get rid of everything that I don't need to take with me because I'm moving back to my mom's house, which means I'm going to go from a whole apartment to one bedroom. So I mean, she's already got like furniture, you know, kitchen table, all that stuff, so I'm not going to need any of that. But she has space, I think, to store it, so I'm not going to get rid of like all of that kind of stuff, just because I'm probably not going to stay with her forever. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to, so. But basically what is going on is a few videos prior, I posted my last desk declutter, and then I did like my wardrobe and my craft area again. I probably should have done one for my kitchen, but I don't really have that much kitchen stuff. Like, I have the bare minimum, I think, for a kitchen. So I started to film the rest of the bedroom. As you can probably see behind me in the past several videos, it's been a disaster in here. I'm actually going to finish this up after this video. So as I'm filming this, today is October the 7th, and I have put in my notice at work, so I have dates now of when I'm moving, finally. So my last working day is going to be on the 22nd, and then, but like my employment ends on the 31st because I have like accrued vacation time that I need to take before then, so it just works out that I can stop working on the 22nd and then still be getting paid through the 31st, which is going to be amazing. I've never heard of any other company that does that. Like, if you quit, that's it. But this one, actually, they'll pay you for, you know, the time that you earn. So basically, I tried to, because the company has a location where I used to live in Kentucky, and that's where I came from. Like, I moved here because of my job. There's a location here in Maryland, and basically what happened was they cut my department in the Kentucky location and they moved us to a different department, but I kind of wanted to stay and go up in the ranks a little, so I saw they had an opening for a higher position here in Maryland, so I applied for it, and they were like, hey, you know, you're gonna move, right, all this stuff. I was like, yeah. So I moved up here in March of this year, and basically I just wasn't happy with the job, and I don't know if I should go into too much detail in this video. I'll probably wait until I actually my employment is ended, because yeah, Big Brother's always watching. So, but basically I am moving back to Kentucky, and I do have some family things going on as well. My grandparents are getting older, and my mom and my mom's stepdad, my grandparents, I guess you could say, are you know, both having surgery pretty soon, and then my other set of grandparents are, you know, not doing so great as well, and they are 3 hours away from where I used to live at my mom's, but from here they're 7 hours. So like, if something happened, or if, you know, I needed to go and help them for a weekend or whatever, it's a lot easier to do that if I'm 3 hours away versus 7 hours, because like, I can't just, there is no just weekend trip when you have to drive 7 hours each way, you know. So like, is it about a year and a half ago, I think, my grandma had 2 heart attacks in the same day, actually. And I was thankful that I was still in Kentucky at that time, because I could just go down, you know, visit her in the hospital and everything. But if I was up here in Maryland, that would have been a lot more difficult. And yeah, I don't think I could have, like, I don't know how I would have dealt with it if I wasn't able to go down. Like, that's a big deal. So yeah, we're moving back, and Steven doesn't really like it up here either. So, and I don't like living in the middle of the city where I'm at. I'm just nervous. Living in the city is a whole different experience. I don't think I was ready for that. Like, I have to park a block away in a parking garage that I have to pay for. So not only is my rent $600, but we have to pay an extra 100 and some on top of that for parking, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Parking should come with your rent, but whatever. And the one thing, though, I'm going to miss is the cafe across the street, because they have pumpkin spice lattes. no, I don't live in like Baltimore or something, or like Rockville or whatever. I'm in a smaller city toward the western end, so I'm not going to say what it is, but but in the video that I filmed of my room declutter, I'm not going to post it. I think I actually deleted the footage, but I was trying to film like what I was doing, and it is a pain in the rear to film decluttering videos, especially if you have like a GoPro or something that can record long amounts of time, or like do a time lapse. Maybe that's okay. Like you can set it in one area and just do a time lapse of yourself doing the whole thing. But for me, my camera only records in like 20-minute intervals. So I have to keep checking it, then I have to move it, position it to where I want it to be, and then I have to be sure that if I'm talking in the video, that I'm talking straight at the camera, because you can't hear me if I'm not. And that's just a pain, and it adds too much stress to the whole decluttering process, which is stressful enough on its own. So I'm not going to record any more of those kind of videos, sadly. I know those are pretty popular on my channel. I mean, maybe later on I'll do like makeup decluttering type of videos, but just not like whole room or, whole apartment declutter videos like I was doing. I don't know if you can see behind me just a little, kind of what I was doing in that video. There, behind the bed back there, there's a huge blue, like those Rubbermaid tub things, and that is totally full of stuff that I'm taking. I don't know if I'm going to take it to Goodwill or this charity store. I haven't been. There's like a charity, like thrift shop down the road. I don't know what kind of stuff they take. I've never been in there, so maybe I'll go in there and look around one day and see what kind of stuff they have. And then if it looks like they'll take the stuff that I've got, I don't know. Of course, that's kind of dangerous because then I might buy stuff. So, but my mom is coming down with my brother next week, and I also have my 6-month inspection on my apartment the same weekend, like next Friday, so a week from yesterday. Yeah. So hopefully, Steven's working on cleaning the kitchen right now, which is how I have a second to film. But after I'm done filming, I'm gonna clean and everything. Like, we need to sweep, mop, vacuum, everything, dust, because it is really dusty in here. This is a really, really old building. I think it's built in like the mid-1800s, so yeah, it gets pretty dusty in here, let's just say that. Like, the windows aren't, like, they don't seal, they're just wood. Like, just wood with years and years of layers of paint. When you raise them up or down, the paint goes everywhere. And yeah, and then we've had a mouse. At least one mouse that I know of here recently in the past week or so. I had Steve go get some traps because I ain't about that. But yeah, I'm just ready to get out of here. And this place is haunted also. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, I don't remember if I showed the living room area, but in the living room there's a big divot in the middle of the floor, like kind of a step down that has carpet, and the rest of the apartment has hardwood. And that actually used to be an elevator shaft because this building was a hotel. And so this wall right here has, like, all the way down, even past the door there, has extra doors that go, they technically right now they go to the neighbor's apartment, but they're like nailed shut so nobody can get through. But those used to be the doors to the different hotel rooms, and this was kind of like, my whole apartment was kind of like the foyer of the 3rd floor. And basically the elevator shaft area, I think, is the part that's haunted because somebody died there somehow. The neighbor told us about it, but I don't remember exactly. She didn't really go into that much detail about what happened. And I don't know when it was, if it was kind of recent, like in the last decade or so, or if it was way back when it was a hotel. I don't know how long this has been an apartment either. I know she's been here for like 10 years, so I'm sure it had to have been while she was here, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Like, when I lay down at night, because our bed is actually on the carpeted area because it is way too hot in this room. The air conditioner is in the kitchen because that's the only window that's small enough to fit a window air conditioner, because like these windows in front of me here are way too big, and and I don't want to get that big of an air conditioner to put in there because it's just not worth it. And I don't trust those windows. And I don't think we're allowed to put an air conditioner there anyways because it's the front of a historic building, so I don't think they want air conditioner hanging out of it. But when I would lay down in there, and some nights I put my head on the pillow, I'll hear music. Like, not from the neighbor. I can't hear a peep from the neighbors hardly, unless they're making a huge racket, like right next to the wall. But I'll hear. I kept trying to explain the music, but it's the kind of music that you would see in a movie that was played on the record players that you have to wind up with the big megaphone on top. It's that kind of music. So I'm thinking that that happened a long time ago. Or if it was an older person, that could have been. But anyway, so I'm hoping to get the rest of the stuff packed up and ready to go. Hopefully next week. I've got all of this coming week and then all of the next week of work. Then I have to come in like for a couple hours that next Sunday, just because it's how it worked out. I didn't have an even number of hours to where I could take like full days. I had like 7 or 8 full days plus like 4 hours. So I have to come in for 4 hours one day. I want to try to see if they can just move that back because I'm off Friday and Saturday. And then they have to come in for 4 hours on Sunday, and that's it. Like, why would I want to do that? If we just, like, make my end date the 30th and then push all that back a day, I mean, that seems logical to me, so I don't know. I'll see what they say. If they don't fire me before then, because people are trying to start crap with me at work, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this right now. And I know somebody's going to complain about me because this was a full moon a couple days ago. And if you work any at all with the public, you know about the full moon, okay? And that is no better if you work in a call center. Oh my gosh. And I take supervisor calls where somebody calls and is mad and is like, hey, let me talk to your supervisor. And that's me. So, and they offered me an interview for a position back in the Kentucky location. And from the listing, like, because we have like an internal website where we see open jobs for our business. I'm sure most larger companies are like that. They have something like that. And I was like, okay, this looks awesome. It's going to be a pretty decent raise, you know, if I take this position. And it's going to have a Monday through Friday schedule, blah, blah, blah. And so I was waiting and waiting and waiting for them because there's rules about how long you have to be in your position. And I hadn't met that criteria yet, but they can sometimes make exceptions because I had to come back to Kentucky. And so finally they got through to me, but 2 days after I put in my notice of resignation. So I was like, oh my gosh. Then I told them and they were like, well, you know, it's not uncommon for people to take back their notice, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And I started talking to them about it a little more. They said, yeah, it would be X dollars raise. So I was like, wow, that's a lot. And so yeah, training would start like on November, like the first week in November, or second week in November or something. So like, okay, that would maybe work out pretty good, you know. I just have to go through the interview and all that. And then I got to thinking about it, because they said the schedule was going to be like 3:30 to midnight. And I'm already working 4:30 to 1, so I hate the schedule so much. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll go through the interview to see what they say, you know, what the job's going to be like, if I'm going to like it. And then I was under the impression that this was not a phone-related job. Because I do work at a call center, but every person who works there is not, like, call center. Like, they're not all on inbound calls all day. Some departments are more of, like we have quality control that works there, that they listen to calls, but they don't take calls themselves. And so I thought this one was going to be more of like an underwriter, you know, type thing. And so I wouldn't be on the phone. But then I asked them, I was like, well, wait a minute. I don't want to assume one way or the other, but is this a phone or a non-phone position? They said it was a phone. I was like, nope, nope, nope. I am done. Because I know getting paid that much, I'm going to take some angry phone calls because, like, I got a hefty raise for taking those kind of calls now. And it's like, no way, Jose, I've already had panic attacks, people yelling at me. that over something that I didn't do and that I couldn't even fix. So yeah, no. I'm not working at any call centers ever again. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea in the first place. Like, being introverted and having to talk on the phone all day, it's probably why I'm so tired all the time, honestly, is because I am introverted, and if you're introverted also, you know that talking just wears you out. Like, social interaction in general makes you tired. So I'm done with that kind of thing, and I don't want to work for a large corporation like that. But anyways, so that is where I'm at with this whole decluttering, moving situation. So hopefully the next time that I record, I may be back in Kentucky, but I may be here. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I'm still trying to keep up with 3 videos a week, and that's working pretty well for me. So anyways, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future makeup videos or any talky videos. And I have an exciting series coming up. So the next video that'll go up will be a new series. And also, if you haven't seen any videos about my Facing Your Makeup Fears series, check those out. They're on my channel. Basically, those are about techniques that beauty gurus now, like in the current time, kind of assume that people know. But if you haven't been a part of the makeup community, or you haven't been watching makeup videos for that long, you might not know about. And they don't really go over this stuff in detail in their videos, so I'm going to try to make those so that if I ever talk about that, or if you ever see somebody else talk about it, you can watch my videos and see, you know, how to do them. Like, I talked about how to use a beauty blender, because I mean, that might seem like common knowledge to some people, but some people it's really not. So, and talk about bronzing and contouring, what the difference is. Those are already up on my channel. And then I'm going to do, I've done the Brow Wiz too. And then I'm going to do like liquid lipstick and stuff like that, that it's kind of trickier for people to learn, so hopefully those are helpful. And let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see next, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.